Damn. I remember when I was putting a puzzle together of a naked lady, and my mom came in and smacked me right upside the head and said, "What the hell are you doing, boy?" And I got really mad when she took it away. Then I cut her ass up in pieces. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, wait, no, that was just a movie. For today's review, I am reviewing 1982's Pieces. Let's get it. What's going on, guys? You might notice the chain of scenery. That's because right now I'm going to start this little segment called Kicking It on the Couch. You know, whenever your wife kicks you out of the bedroom and you gotta go sleep on the couch? Well, that's what happened to my dungeon where I do my reviews. I got kicked out, so I guess I gotta kick it on the couch. First time ever. Let's see how this goes. So Pieces, like I said, was from 1982. It was a collaboration between Spain, the United States, and Puerto Rico, and it was filmed in Boston, Massachusetts. Honestly, watching it, you could tell that the English was dubbed over, so like the mouths don't really match up that great. It wasn't really a very like a fan favorite kind of film. It has grown a cult following over the years, but when it first came out, it really wasn't that good. And over in the UK, it was labeled as a video nasty for all the gory kills and the obscenity that goes on in this film, which I definitely could see that. This movie was directed by J. Picard Simon. I don't know, probably not saying that right, some weird name. And it starred Christopher George and Paul Smith. Beginning of this movie shows a little 10-year-old boy named Timmy. He's putting together a provocative puzzle piece of a naked lady, and his mother comes in, smacks his ass upside the head, takes the puzzle away. So, you know, my kids would just be like, okay, I'm gonna go do something else. Nah, this kid gets a chainsaw and cuts his mother's ass up into pieces, blood everywhere. The cops come, and what's he doing? Hiding in the closet, crying, saying, my mommy. He got off. They thought that somebody else came in, killed his mother, and then he was just hiding in the closet to be safe. Got off scot-free. We go from there. It then picks up at this college campus in Boston. This girl's out on the lawn just doing some studying, and this guy's like chainsawing. She's like, oh, do you really gotta do that here? He's like, it's only gonna be a couple minutes. And she's like, oh, okay. Then 2 seconds later, chainsaw, hacks her head right off. The first time I watched this film, I shut it off right there. I was like, I can't do this. This is so stupid. I had to give it another watch. Everybody always talks about it, how good it is, and how the kills are gory and bloody. So I gave it another shot. The killer's kind of got a giallo feel. Always wearing the black gloves. You can't really see his face. Definitely throwing some red herrings at you the whole time, so you don't know who the killer is. By the way, the cops in this movie are freaking terrible. They have no idea what they're doing. It's like they've never investigated a case in their life, which is why they have to rely on Kendall, one of the college students who knows pretty much everything about the campus and the student body and whatnot. They gotta rely on him because he actually knows what he's doing, unlike these cops that are fucking terrible. One of the red herrings in this movie is Willard, the groundskeeper. He just makes these weird freaking faces like the entire time. Like, I don't know what he's doing. And he just conveniently had to be using a chainsaw like that was used for the killing of the first person. So obviously right there they're pointing right towards Willard and his creepy behavior. You're like, oh, dude, it's definitely that guy. But then on the other hand, you're like, it can't be that guy. It's too damn obvious, isn't it? Well, obviously we find out as the movie goes along. From the first girl that got killed, she's missing her head. Her whole body was there, but her head was taken. There was another kill, and all she was missing was her torso. So you might get where this is going. I didn't really notice it the first time. And then as I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. And then the ending, it all comes together. Conveniently, Willard finds the girl who got killed, and he's obviously taken into custody because they think he's the one who did it. He's always around when these bodies are being found or the killings. So he's prime suspect number one. But there's really no proof that he was doing any of it, so obviously they have to release him because they don't have enough evidence to prove that he was the one that was actually doing it. Kendall's, like I said, Kendall's the main college kid in this movie. I guess instead of a final girl, it's like a final guy. I don't know. He's doing all the investigating with Mary. She was going to pose as a tennis instructor to try to lure this killer out so that they could stop him once and for all. Kendall had a lot of great ideas in this film, and he was, like I said, the only one that knew what he was doing to try to stop this killer. He investigated enough to believe that it was somebody involved with the school, somebody, it's like an inside job that has to know all these people, where they're going to be and whatnot. So he's helping the investigation, which he probably shouldn't be because he's not a cop, but he's doing a better job than them, so they had no choice to let him help. Another famous kill in this movie, the Waterbed Kill. It looked really cool, stabbing through the bed and whatnot, and the blood, but he's freaking, the killer's flopping all over the place and shit. He had a million attempts to actually kill her, and he's just freaking jostling around, and the bed's freaking moving around and shit. And then when he finally does kill her, he stabs her through the back of the head, and it comes out her mouth, but you can clearly see the knife bends. It's freaking awful. Obviously they could have edited it 100 times better, but being the cheesy goodness that this movie is, they were probably just fuck it. But Jay, the knife clearly bent in half. It didn't even go in her face. It's fine, just go with it. Nobody's gonna notice that shit. This is a good movie. No, you could see it, and it was terrible. But like I said, 80s cheese. You gotta roll with that shit. Man, I can't believe I forgot that Asian karate instructor who's walking down the street and then just starts to beat up freaking that blonde-haired chick. What was that all about? He was doing kung fu and shit, and he's like, oh, that's just my kung fu master. As the movie goes along, Kendall does some more research, and he realizes that the dean of the college recently had a name change, and his mother was brutally killed when he was a kid. Blows your freaking mind. The dean is suspect number one because of Kendall's great detective work, even though he's not a cop. He realized that Dean was the killer. And Mary happened to be there that night, he was having a cup of coffee, went to talk to the dean. He drugs her, not once, because it didn't work, but twice. She's like, what's going on? I feel funny. And then he was going to cut her up and kill her, too. And throughout this movie, the killer is building two puzzles. One with the actual puzzle pieces, because he still kept that box. He's putting it together as he goes. In another puzzle, we find out the police, Kendall's there with the detectives. The detective burst in. They shoot the dean right in the head. Boom. So the dean was Timmy from the beginning. Killed him. That was it. There's no killer coming back to life. Boom. Shot to the head. Dead. However, as Kendall's still there and they're investigating the room, Kendall leans on something. Boom. A dead body falls out. Of all the missing pieces from all the kills that the killer, the women that the killer killed. And he stitched them all together with his mother's dress on it. Which then comes the name Pieces. He took the missing pieces from every victim, created his new, I guess it would probably be his new mother, put her dress on it. He's a sick individual. Killing his mother really messed him up as a kid, obviously, and he wanted to recreate and have a mother of his own, but made him decomposed body parts from all the victims. Pretty sick and twisted. But the stupidest thing, the end of this movie, the very end of this movie, the body comes to life. rips off Kendall's dick as he's screaming, and you see the hand ripping it out. What the hell is that? Like the weirdest ending I've ever seen. A decomposed body, stitched together, magically comes to life and rips off a dude's dick. You tell me what the hell that is. I did not see that coming. At all. At all. It's fucking weird. I know a lot of people love this movie. Like I said, it's getting a cult following. It has a lot of nudity. Got the blood. Got the gore. You even see a man's dick in this movie, okay? And a vagina. This movie shows everything. It should have been a porn. I didn't find myself liking this one. I don't think this is one of these cheesy slashers that I'm gonna go back to very often, if at all. The kills were obviously cool, bloody as shit, but it was really boring. I thought it was boring. Besides the gore, the killer just didn't fascinate me whatsoever. It didn't have what I was looking for. It didn't have like the My Bloody Valentine, the Prowler, Intruder even. The killer just wasn't interesting whatsoever. And I don't think the English dubbed over really helped anything either. So, I don't think this... I know people love it. I'm right in the middle on it. I'd probably... Out of 5, I'd probably give it a 2. 2 out of 5. Just because the kills and the blood. Other than that, I did not like really anything about this movie. So damn. You pieced together what I said. Take it as it is. But if you have seen Pieces, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think about Pieces. Damn, this has been my first episode of Kicking It on the Couch, man. It's like my wife said, hey, hit the bricks, bro. Go sleep on the couch. But it was more my kids kicking me out of my freaking recording dungeon. The Myers cave. The Myers dungeon. They said, get out, Dad. Kick it on the couch, boy. That's what they told me. So, first episode of Kicking It on the Couch. Definitely a lot more comfortable, I'll tell you that. But that was my review for Pieces. Let me know your thoughts below. And guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm going to go put my puzzle together real quick. Have a scary day.